Explosion on the pitch. Rodrygo is leaving Real Madrid, and the transfer window will never be the same. The news hit Madrid fans like a bombshell. The Brazilian, who has already decided historic matches, may be living his final days in the whites. Reliable sources confirm Rodrygo has asked to leave, and the club, surprisingly, is already considering offers with ease. An unexpected chapter in this intense preseason, where everything seemed to be on track for the protagonists to stay. Before I tell you everything that's going on behind the scenes, and which clubs are vying for him, I have a special request. If you love Real Madrid, if you experience every victory as if it were a World Cup final, and feel every rumor like a punch in the chest, then subscribe to the channel now. This is the place where passion speaks loudest and information arrives first. Turn on the bell, like, and comment with the hashtag #RodrygoNoReal to show you're with us until the end of this soap opera. Because, my friend, this story will eventually become a documentary. And you'll want to say you've been there from the beginning. This is journalism with soul. This is Renan speaking from the heart of a fan. Let's go. Hold your breath, because this is just the beginning. Real Madrid enters the 2025-26 season with profound changes. Ancelotti leaves, Xabi Alonso enters, and with him comes a new tactical project that is already turning the club upside down. The winning core has been maintained, but reinforced with big names: Alexander-Arnold, Mastantuono, and the definitive emergence of Arda Güler as a star. The preseason was intense, marked by tactical tests, closed training sessions, and tough decisions. Real Madrid doesn't just want to win, they want to dominate, delight, and own the game. But every rebuild has its costs, and it seems Rodrygo is paying the price with fewer minutes and low confidence. In the preseason friendlies, the signs were clear. Rodrygo started on the bench in almost every game. And in interviews, Xabi Alonso was blunt. Those who play are those who understand the new system. Words that echoed like a warning. The number 11, who was crucial in past Champions Leagues, has lost ground even to youngsters recently promoted from the youth academy. Today's Real Madrid is more positional, more collective, and less reliant on improvisation. And this directly affects the Brazilian's style. Rodrygo has always been a man of explosions, individual plays, and improvisation. It breaks lines. But in this new Real Madrid, everything seems timed. Everything seems calculated. And this diminishes his brilliance. It's as if he's playing a samba in the middle of a classical orchestra. Brilliant, but out of place. And that's when the drama begins. Because when a talent of this caliber starts warming the bench, world football starts sniffing out an opportunity. Rodrygo Silva de Goes, Brazilian, 24 years old, scorer of timeless goals against Chelsea, City, and Bayern. A symbol of Real Madrid's golden generation. But right now, he's out of the main plans. A cruel reality for someone who once shone on Champions League nights. According to journalists close to the club, Rodrygo himself approached Florentino Perez. There was no beating around the bush. "I want to be traded if I'm not a key player." A statement that shook Valdebebas. A decision that shook the back room like an unexpected thunderclap. An explosion in the locker room. The news hit the players like a ton of dynamite. The atmosphere changed. The mood was tense. Rodrygo is still showing up normally, training hard, but his expression is different. His mind is elsewhere. And everyone can feel it. Close friends say he wants to be a protagonist. He knows time is running out. He wants to be a starter, a decisive player, a headline, not a footnote. His ultimate goal is to secure a spot on the Brazilian national team for the 2026 World Cup. And the way things are at Real Madrid, that's not going to happen. The competition is fierce, the space is tight, and patience is at its limit. The flame that once burned so brightly now threatens to slowly fade as the clock of one's career continues its merciless course. The drama is set, and everyone, absolutely everyone, is watching this character's next move. Because Rodrygo, my friends, still has a lot to give to football. But perhaps no longer at the Bernabeu. Rodrygo is a versatile, quick striker with short dribbling, refined finishing, and above-average spatial awareness. A natural talent, molded in the Brazilian Youth Academy and honed in the Spanish elite, he has always delivered in the big moments. He can play on both wings, as a second striker and even as a false nine. This makes him valuable in any squad, especially in systems that require mobility, creativity, and boldness. But that's no longer the case for Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid. The coach's new system demands defensive intensity, compactness, and play between the lines, roles that require tactical precision. And this is where Rodrygo loses ground, not for lack of talent, but for a style incompatible with the new game plan. His numbers last season are still good, 14 goals and 10 assists in 51 games. But the context changes everything. Many of those games were played as a substitute. He lost his impact. He began making poor decisions. His individual brilliance was overshadowed by Güler and Brahim. Visually, Rodrygo appears disconnected from positional play. While his teammates seek triangulations and combination moves, he attempts isolated plays. And this undermines the team's fluidity, a sin in the new collective Real. In a more mechanical and less intuitive Real Madrid, he's out of step. And perhaps, for the sake of his career, it's time to seek new horizons, where he can be a protagonist, not just another rotational piece. This technical analysis only confirms what the eyes already see. He has talent to spare, but the connection is gone. And when the connection disappears, the game loses its rhythm, and the player loses confidence. Manchester City and Tottenham are currently the clubs closest to signing Rodrygo, and the storyline is worthy of a soap opera. City sees the Brazilian as the perfect replacement for Savinho, but they're only likely to act if they can sell him to Spurs. Tottenham, meanwhile, wants revenge on Arsenal and is eyeing Rodrygo as a response to the loss of Eberechi Eze. Sources say the London club is even considering a loan offer with an obligation to buy. A bold and unexpected move. Real Madrid's asking price is high, between $90 and $100 million, but the club is willing to negotiate if the offer comes through. This is the chance to make the most expensive sale in the club's history, even surpassing Casemiro. Other giants have also approached. Arsenal and Liverpool have already inquired, and even PSG has made informal contact. But so far, no concrete proposals have been made. The market is watching closely, but knows that time is running out. On social media, Rodrygo deleted photos wearing a Real Madrid jersey. A sign? Maybe. A message? Likely. The truth is, the farewell mood has already set in, even if the transfer hasn't been made official yet. Inside sources indicate that Florentino is already in talks with South American agents. The mission? Find a young, fast, dribbling replacement, with the same profile as Rodrygo, but cheaper and better suited to Alonso's system. The market is in turmoil, and next week could be decisive. Get ready, fans. The next few hours promise to change the future of our attack. If Rodrygo leaves, Real Madrid loses squad depth and attacking improvisation. In return, it gains financial breathing room to invest where it really needs to, at left back, and perhaps in another playmaking midfielder. Fans are divided. Many are asking him to stay, remembering his magical goals in the Champions League. Others think it's time to let the cycle end and make room for new faces. The locker room feels it. Vinicius Jr., a longtime friend, tries to convince Rodrygo to stay, but even he seems resigned. Their connection on and off the field was strong, but the decision seems made. In La Liga, rivals are watching closely. A player of this caliber joining City or Tottenham could upset the European landscape. It would give continental rivals a powerful weapon. For Xabi Alonso, the potential departure represents more control over the squad. Less pressure, too. Field someone by name, but also more pressure for immediate results, as he'll lose a proven talent. And for the board, it's a chance to prove they know how to sell well, as they did with Casemiro, Varane, and Di Maria. The challenge is to keep the team competitive, even with major departures. In the big picture, Rodrygo's departure is more than just a sale. It's the end of a cycle, and the beginning of a new era at the Santiago Bernabeu. So, Madrid fans, it's your call. Does Rodrygo still have a place at Real Madrid? Or is it time to let him go and make way for a new era? Doesn't he deserve another chance, with more minutes, more freedom, and more fan support? Or does the current situation require coolness, business, and total focus on the new tactical project? Comment below. Beider Rodrygo Fica or Die Rodrygo Sai. Your opinion is a fundamental part of this channel. The voice of the fans is what drives this community. Here, every comment becomes analysis. Every like becomes fuel. And every subscriber is a partner in this journey of supporting the greatest club in the world. Leave your like, share this video with that friend who also cheers for Madrid, and subscribe now so you don't miss any episode of this soap opera. Because if there's one thing that's certain about this preseason, it's that the excitement won't stop. The decisions made today will determine the team's destiny for years to come. Renan is done here. Until the next episode, Madrid fans, let's go together. Always. Because here, the heart beats white.